And with Roald Amundsen having reached the South Pole on the 14th of December of 1911, and then Robert Falcon Scott and his party reaching the same spot on the 17th of January of 1912, that great man, Ernest Shackleton, felt that the last great geographic prize left for humankind was a crossing of Antarctica from the Weddell Sea via the South Pole and out via the Ross Sea. He would eventually create a party of 27 men with himself as leader to go on board the Endurance, heading down to South America towards the latter end of 1914. They were 43 miles from land at Russell Bay. If you climbed into the crow's nest, you could see land. The wind changed, the temperature plummeted, and the sea froze, trapping their ship like an almond in a slab of chocolate. Those millions of tons of ice began to put huge pressure on the bow of the ship, on the stern of the ship, and another ice floe was pressing against midships from the other side, bending the Endurance like a bow. It was too much, even for that faithful, beautifully built, ice-strengthened vessel. And she popped out of the ice and listed over to about 30 degrees. Over the following 3 weeks, the ship was systematically crushed by the ice and would eventually sink to the floor of the Weddell Sea, leaving 28 men and 57 dogs floating on the sea ice. And herein lies some of the magic of the story, because those 28 emaciated, desperate, weak men paddled for 108 hours, 4.5 days and nights, without a warm drink or meal, to try and achieve their own salvation. The men have now been on the sea ice, floating at the vagaries of ice and current for 7 months, when they finally reached firm land on Elephant Island. Shackleton now realizing that with a second Antarctic winter approaching, and the notion of a passing whaling vessel coming their way being almost zero, with the options narrowing, he was going to go for broke.